Welcome everyone. I've been having some technical difficulties, so that's why my voice is not synced to my video. So here is an introduction to our yoga pre-run sequence. So let's begin by just rotating the ankle, placing our left toes on the ground, lifting the heel, doing about 5 circles each side before switching directions. Go ahead and switch sides, going onto your right foot, right heel, rotate, breathe. Go ahead and switch directions. And then we're just gonna go ahead and reach the arms all the way up at the inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, close. Inhale, bring them all the way up. Go ahead and grab your left wrist with your right hand. Lean over to the right side. Breathe into the left lung. Feel that nice long side stretch. Release on the exhale. Inhale, bring the arms right back up. Grab the opposite wrist. Exhale, lean over to the left side. Breathe into the right rib. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms all the way up. Swoop all the way down. Hamstring stretch. You can slightly bend the knees or bring your heels hip distance apart, a little wider. Breathe into the back of the legs. The more you bend the knees, the lower you can go. Go ahead and place your hands on the ground and step your right foot back. Drop the knee. Coming into that lunge as we've done before. Find your alignment. And then this time we're going to inhale, swoop the arms all the way up. Sink the hips. Let them open. Find your breath. We're going into a side stretch, so we're going to grab our right wrist with our left hand, lean over, keep letting the hips sink. Inhale back to center, drop the hands, come into lizard pose, so bring that left hand under the face, shimmy the left foot out to the side. You can stay here, or you can tuck the back toes and lift the knee off the ground, swinging front to back, side to side, or in circles. Then send that left foot back, come into plank. You can stay here, or you can drop your knees. You can chaturanga down. Inhale, swoop up, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left leg up and bring it to the front. Dropping the right knee, sending the hips back into half split. Make sure your hips are squared, so your right hip is forward, left hip back. You're on your heel and your toes are pointing towards your body. Slowly coming up, we're going to go into our wide-legged forward fold. Making sure the toes are pointing inwards. And heels are out. Allow the legs to bend so you can go deeper into this pose. Slowly place your right hand on the ground. Inhale the left arm up parallel to the ground. And then exhale, come into the twist. Exhale, slowly release. Switch. Walk the hands towards the front. And step the right foot forward. Keep your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Let the belly rest on the thighs. Rest in ragdoll. Uncurl the spine on your inhale. And then we're going to go ahead and do some quad stretching. You want to make sure that everything is nice and warmed up. So if you have a practice with your balancing experience, go ahead and bring your feet together, knees together, hips forward, core strong, chest lifted, shoulders rolled back and away from the ears. If not, you can always use a table or a chair to support you. Weight goes over to the right foot, left heel lifts. You want to make sure your knees stay together. You don't want to make sure that knee comes out to the side. You want to make sure you have alignment. You can keep your right hand on your hip, or you can bring it behind you, grabbing on to that left wrist. Release. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands on the ground, and send the left foot back. Drop the knee. And inhale the arms all the way up. Let the hips sink. Let the chest open. Go ahead and go into that side stretch. So grab your left wrist with your right hand and lean on the exhale. Inhale back to center, release. Bring your right hand under the face, shimmy the right foot out to the side, coming into lizard. You can stay here or tuck the left toes and lift the knee off the ground. Swaying front to back, side to side, or in circles. Send the right foot back, coming into plank for a moment. Going down or dropping the knees. Inhale, swooping up, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Find your breath. Stretch the hamstrings. Inhale the right leg up, bring the knee to the nose, and step that foot forward. Drop the left knee, and come back into your half split. Find your alignment, make sure you're on your heel, toes are pointing towards the body, hips are squared, left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. I'm going to slowly step that foot back to the front and switch sides just so that I can better verbalize and so you can have a better visualization of what we're going into next. So going back into that wide-legged forward fold, toes pointing inwards, heels out. You can keep the legs straight or slightly bend the knees so you can bend the arms and walk the hands back. Going as deep as your body allows. Use your breath to guide you. Left hand under the face, inhale right arm, and exhale twist. Slowly release on the exhale. heel toe the feet together. Bend the knees. And slowly rise. Shake it all out. Bring your heel toes together. Going into that quad stretch. Use your right hand to support something. Or I should say use your right hand to support you. Weight goes over to the left foot. Right heel lifts. Bring the heel towards the butt. You can use your left hand to wrap around behind you to grab the right wrist. Slowly release. Shake it out. So this concludes our pre-running yoga sequence. I'm gonna go run 3 miles and come back and then show you the post-running sequence. Now that we are back and hydrated, I was able to run 3 miles in 26 minutes, average pace 8 minutes and 40 seconds per mile. And we're just gonna go right into this sequence. I really wish my phone recorded all the audio. I had so much to say. There's so much work put into all these videos for you guys. I hope you guys appreciate everything. And not just my videos, but everyone else's yoga videos and the library story time. So we're gonna go into downward dog, going onto our hands and knees first, finding the alignment, wrist under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tuck the toes, lift the knees off the ground, downward dog. You're gonna inhale the left knee up and bring the heel so that you can see it under your left arm. So you're stacking the hips over one another, keeping the upper body strong. Send the hips up and back. A few more breaths. Straighten out the leg, square the hips, drop the foot, and then just bring that foot to the front. So we didn't really drop it. We just brought it to the front. Drop the left knee, coming into that lunge as we did before. Find your alignment. Inhale, swoop the arms up. But this time, interlace the fingers. Create a nice little hammock for your head to rest on. But keep sending the hips forward. Let them sink. Open up the heart. Open up the chest. Now we're going to inhale the arms up. We're going to hook the thumbs and try to separate the hands while keeping the thumbs hooked. So you're actively opening and creating space in the arms and in the chest. Find the breath. Keep letting the hips sink. Release on the exhale. Come back to lizard. Place that right hand under the face. You can tuck the left toes, lift the knee off the ground, or you can keep your knee on the ground. But if your knee is up, go ahead and sway front to back, side to side, or in circles. If you're limber enough, you can go ahead and bring your forearms to the ground. One at a time, of course, allowing the breath to guide you. Use your exhales. If not, that's okay. Keep moving front to back. Drop the knee. Send the hips back. Find your half split. Bring yourself back to center and into plank, then downward dog. Inhale the left foot, bend the knee, guide the heel over to the right side. If you're able to see it under your right arm, you're doing good. If not, that's okay. This hip opener can be a little strenuous, especially after a 3-mile run, that's for sure. Slowly release. And bring the knee to the nose, coming into lunge as we did before. Inhaling the arms up and interlacing the fingers, placing them up behind our heads. Keep letting the hips sink as we relax and wind down. Inhale the arms up, hook the thumbs, crescent moon lunge. Actively open up the heart and the chest and the arms. Feel the stretch. Keep reaching back as you send the hips forward. Exhale, release the arms. And come back into our lizard pose. Remember, you can keep the knee on the ground or lift the knee off the ground, sending yourself front to back, side to side, or in circles. And if you were able to bring your forearms down on the ground before, you can do it again. But just be mindful of your movements. One side may be a little tighter than the other, and that's okay. Drop the knee. Send the hips back into half split. Walk the hands so that you find yourself in your wide-legged forward fold. Bend the knees so you can bend the arms and walk the hands back. Feel the inner thighs stretch and open. Inhale, come back to center and send yourself into a side lunge. So we're bending the left knee, extending the right leg onto our heels. We can keep our left hand on the ground and place our right hand on our thighs to externally rotate that thigh out to deepen the stretch. If you can't hold that pose, that's okay. You can place both hands on the ground and do what works best for you. Drop the hands, switch sides. Bend the left leg, extend the right leg. Take your time, find your alignment before you decide to bring that right arm to the inner thigh. Excuse me, left hand on the inner thigh, rotating the thigh out. Release. Back to center. Heel toe the feet together as you roll up into standing. And we're going to come and do one sun salutation. Actually, no. We're going to go into warrior two. See, I make these videos, but I forget the sequence. I don't write them down. I just go with the flow. So in warrior two, your left knee is bent. And we're going to open up the arms on the inhale. Keep the tailbone tucked. Going into reverse warrior. I think I forgot what I was doing there. It's so fun to watch this sometimes. Going to reverse warrior, you can place your left hand on your thigh, the back of the knee, or the calf, or behind you in a bind. And we're going to go into triangle pose. So we're going to straighten out the legs, send the hips back as if you're holding a baby on your hip. Reach, 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 reach until you can't reach anymore. And tilt. You can place your hand on a block, calf, thigh, top of the foot. You can slide it down, see how that feels. Find the breath. And then bring yourself down and bring closing the stance just a little more. This time both toes are pointing forward, coming into pyramid pose. And then we're just going to inhale, lengthen the spine, making sure that it's nice and straight. Hips are squared. Place both hands on the thigh, or you can place them on the calf, or the shin I should say, or even on the ground. Wherever you are, it's just fine. You can place the blocks on the ground, use that for support. Just make sure the spine remains straight. You don't want to round it. Bend the legs, bring yourself forward. Rise to standing. We're going to warrior two on the other side now. Sending the left foot back, right knee bends. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, relax. Reverse warrior. Let that nice side stretch open. Feel the breath. Feel the rib cage expand. And slide the hand down. Or you can bring it behind you in a bind. Release. Coming into triangle as we did before. Straighten out the legs. Find your stance. Do what works best for you. Send the hips back. Hold the baby. Reach forward and tilt. Find where you want to place your hand, whether on your leg, the foot, the ground, on a block. Use the breath. Let it guide you. Slowly release and come into your pyramid pose. So bring both toes pointing forward. Keep the hips squared. Find your alignment. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And find where you want to place your hand in this pose. Thigh, shin, blocks on the ground. Just make sure the spine is straight. Bend the knees, bring yourself back to center. Rise to standing. Coming back to the quad stretch. Distribute the weight over to the right foot and lift the left heel. If you need a chair or a table to support you here, go ahead and use that. That's okay. Release, but don't let the foot drop. Bring the ankle to rest on the thigh or top of the knee and slightly bend, sending the hips back into seated. So this is a standing version of a pigeon pose. Feeling the stretch in the glutes and the side of the hips. Slowly release when you're ready. Find your strong foundation. Heels together, knees together, hips forward, core strong, chest lifted, shoulders rolled back and away from the ears. Use the table or a chair if you need it for support. Bring the opposite heel up to the butt. Keep the knees together, leg aligned. When you're ready, release. Don't let the foot drop. Just bring it up onto that left knee. Bend the knees. Send the hips back as if you're sitting. Feel the quad and side hip stretch. And the glutes. Release when you're ready. Shake it out. You do one sun salutation here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, fold. Step the feet back into plank or drop your knees. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, swoop into upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Going into half pigeon, inhale, right leg up. Not half pigeon, full pigeon. You can stay here upright. Engage your lower back muscles. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Or you can find your way down onto your forearms, whatever works best for you. Find the breath, hold it for 10. When you're ready, slowly rise, tuck the back toes, bring yourself back to downward dog. Lift the left leg up, bring it forward into pigeon. Finding your own expression of this pose, whether you're upright or on your forearms. As always, find your breath. Let it guide you. Hold the pose for 10 breaths. When you're ready, slowly rise and come back to downward dog. Pedal it out. Dropping down and coming onto our backs. Allow yourself to feel supported. Coming into your Shavasana. Scan your body. Notice any areas where you feel tightness, where you feel resistance, and just let it go. Allow yourself to feel supported. Allow your body to melt into the ground. Allow your mind to clear up of any thoughts you may have. And just allow yourself to just be. When you're ready, begin to inhale and wiggle your fingers, and exhale, let it go. Wiggle your toes, rotate your wrists and your ankles, turn your head side to side, wake up the body, come back to the physical world. Bend the knees, bring it to your chest, bend the other one, bring them both in, rock side to side, make circles. Roll onto one side and come up to seated. Legs crossed or extended. Close your eyes. Bring the hands together, thumb to the heart. Take this time to bow. Acknowledge yourself. Acknowledge your practice. Acknowledge all that you've accomplished. And thank yourself. Thank yourself for allowing yourself to do what you do every day. The light in me honors and acknowledges the light within you. Namaste.